Oh, there
they are. Hey, who's that? We've got Stephanie, Martine and Diane. Hi Diane, and Lynn and Nikki. Hey everybody, look who's here. Yeah, we're doing our own tour today. Yeah. So here we are, Albert Memorial just behind. Glorious statue. Don't know if you can see that. It's absolutely wonderful. Oh, we've got a special guest as well. Yeah, hang on. Somebody's here. Who is it?
Hello. Hi everyone. Hey Jenny, nice to see you. Hi Ruth, shalom. Hi. Hey Diane, you woke up for us. Thank you. I was almost late because they were walking horses. You know you're in the UK when. Here, let's do a nice. I can turn this around now. This is this new streaming thing that we worked on this morning. So, camera. See, there's everyone. Hey, you stay there because we're gonna get the whole memorial. Yep. That would be perfect. Have a look at this, everyone. So there's the memorial. Hey, Judy. There you are. And have a look, all freshened up. David, you look. And of course, this whole city, it's debatable how many are interested in it, but this whole city is, of course, all getting set up, particularly this neighborhood, for the coronation. But I don't think we need to talk about the coronation. I think it would be much more fun to talk about the Heygo experience. Should we go walk around to the park a little bit? But there's the Royal Albert Hall. You do, it's a lovely reflection in there, isn't it? Yeah, hey Robin, isn't it? It's great. Ginny's saying hi to you, Donna.
Hey Ginny.
And I think Mark is out on with clients or something today, so I don't know. Yeah, but it's nice to have everyone here. We're over in Hyde Park, and I know the time zone's not great. Casey woke up for us because it is early. So I know little Finn will be sound asleep at the moment, so he won't be here. But we are here in Hyde Park, of course, the biggest park in London, although we're not technically in London for people who aren't British, right? Yeah. So we're in Knightsbridge right now. But no, you always have to explain this to people in the rest of the world. The city of London is 1 square mile, and it's a long way that way. Yeah? So we're in Greater London, but we're in the really posh area of town at the moment. So Harrods is around the corner. That's where you're shopping later, Margaret. Is that correct? Yeah. Do you know I once bought Finn a shirt for his birthday there because he was small enough that I could get it at the kids thing. And after that is way too expensive and it's not worth it. You outgrow it. But Hyde Park, so here's a quiz question. You don't have to answer it, but you know the road through the middle of Hyde Park is called? It's called the Rotten Road.
Oh yes, Rotten Road.
But why does the Rotten Road come from? From what, sorry? The Rotten. No, but it's where it comes from was, of course, in Norman. It was Norman French, and it was a route du roi, the king's route, and the Cockney changed it to the Rotten Road. So there's a little bit. So which way do you want to walk? You decide. Go ahead. The horses are back that way, but it's a fair walk. So we'll go down this way towards Kensington. Okay, should we go for a walk? Yeah, it does. It sounds like it goes here. I'll turn this around again. So this is really working well. You can see everything. Go. Does anyone want to take the gimbal and give it a shot? No? No? Okay.
Yeah, but she was practicing. That was before she was guiding.
Oh, now this is lovely. By the way, the new thing that's fun to watch on this, when the writing comes up, I don't see the emoji. It says hand pink waving, hand pink waving. Yeah. So as we go along, it's sort of fun. Obviously, all of us have met because of our Heygo time. Now, if someone's watching a replay of this who is not, of course, part of that world, you might not know what we're referring to. But Heygo was the most successful of the virtual touring platforms that carried on through the pandemic. In my personal opinion, and I'm open to all sorts of discussion, I don't think they failed because of a business model. I think they failed because of mismanagement. So don't film the police. There we go. This is what the police look like. They're the Metropolitan Police. So look at this lovely park. Oh yes, actually I'll tell you what, Martine. We'll do introductions. We'll let everyone, as long as everyone's comfy, we'll let everyone introduce themselves. It's a really good. So go ahead, young man, if you want to introduce.
I am Jeff from Luton.
You're from Luton, and when did you come on to Haygo?
When it started.
You've been, so over 2 years. Yeah. And what was your first tour with me? Inbound. Yeah, one of the ones. That's odd. Funny, I live there. That's not going to happen. Hi, Anna. Nice to see you there. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Margaret, and I'm from Liverpool. I travelled down yesterday. Hi, I've been on Heygo for over 2 years and watched about 800 tours with 40 different guides. And the most I did with Patrick and Aaron and Patrick in New York.
And it was Aaron and Patrick who talked me through this yesterday, how to get this
yes.
so it works a bit better.
Yeah.
So that's really lovely. And you've been to Banff?
I've been to Banff, and my first tour with Patrick was in North Vancouver
Oh,
on
was it?
Lonsdale Keys.
Yeah.
Because at that time my son lived there, so that made me feel quite close to him.
We have to talk about that. Are you happy to come say hi?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, I'm Jane from South London. Been on Haygo for over 2 years as well, and obviously following Patrick, Aaron and Patrick, and many other guides. And I was so impressed with Majika in Slovenia that I actually went there last year. So I would never have gone there if it hadn't been for her. Ljubljana was wonderful.
Isn't Ljubljana a fabulous
Yeah,
city?
lovely,
Did you get
lovely.
to Bled as well?
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
it's
I did,
gorgeous,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is
So
it?
I
See?
wouldn't have gone there if it hadn't been for Haygo.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that was
yeah.
great.
It's-
Lovely.
You know what I always say about that with Heygo as well? I get to go to places like Iran, which is really complicated. I was
Yeah.
so sad when the guys, because they were excellent guides there,
They were super.
and places that are a little harder to get to. And we've all become really good friends with Harriet in Uganda, which is another country. It's always been on my mind, but from where I live, it's such an effort to get there. You know, and there's Beth. Hi, Beth. Thanks for waking up early. Now, you two fine young people.
I'm David.
I'm
This is
Wendy.
Wendy. We're from Buckingham this morning, and we've just walked through Hyde Park to get here, which was quite interesting because it's not something we'd walked through before.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Very pretty.
It is
coming
gorgeous.
through that bit.
Yeah.
And
We've been doing Heygo for 2.5 years or something.
From the beginning, yeah.
And I think our first tour with Patrick must have been Banff, because I've been to Banff and I was just besotted.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
know our very first tour was with Ashea in Yellowstone,
Asia, yeah.
which I'm also besotted with.
So I will be in Yellowstone either 4 or 5 times this year. And and I starting in June and July and August and September I'll be down there. So the tour I do in the summer is where I'm Banff, and then I go down to Glacier and Yellowstone.
I'll talk to you about that.
Yep, yeah, we'll talk. It is a brilliant trip, but we caught up, Aisha and I, last time I was down there. And so one of the trips, because it's actually where I stay, is about 2 hours from their place, but our distances are so different. So yeah. So isn't that fun? Yeah. Oh, she's a fabulous guide. Gosh. And she's a fabulous person too. Yeah. So, and how about you, Donna? Come. Everyone knows Donna, but
Hello. I've come from Bicester today, which is in Oxfordshire. My first tour on Heygo was the 31st of January 2021 in Croatia, and I first did a tour with Patrick in April 21 in Banff. I think actually I did Finn first.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, he was
His first tour.
May, I think.
Was it May? No, it was you first. Then.
Yeah.
And then Finn.
And Finn.
Yeah.
So I have to get into Finn's because he was in Australia, as you know, and I was trying to tell him, download your tours down, and he downloaded a few. They had sort of slow internet, so I think he has 6 or 7. So I'm going to have to get some of those up. I've got a couple up on our YouTube channel, which are memory ones with Finn in them. And I just posted that one with Mark from Bruges last year. So I have to do. Hi, everyone joining. Nice to see you. Saw Therese down there. So yeah, it's fun to talk. Well, why don't we keep walking up here? It is spring. So I've just been, of course, in Ireland for 2 weeks. Here, we'll turn around so you can look at. And in 2 weeks in Ireland, I had 1 rainstorm. How's that? But what I think is so amazing, and some of you maybe join me, I met my group in Belfast, and it's the first time I've ever picked a tour group up in Belfast. And I've been touring long enough that I remember when we couldn't go into the north, or we would stay in Donegal and go to the Giant's Causeway and come back. And now Belfast is a major destination with the Titanic Museum, Derry, the most preserved walls in the whole of these islands. Pretty fantastic, So that was neat. And Ginny, I will. Oh, Finn. Oh, sorry. There you go. Chloe has just said Finn was the 2nd of April. So I was March. Is that right? Hey, Ginny, this is perfect. Now, when I did a test earlier today, I went into St. Pancras Station and it cut out a little bit. So just a heads up. So, but apparently we can do a lot more things like insert images and that sort of thing. I don't know how to do that yet. So it's all a learning curve. Look, spring has really sprung all over here. Now this is, of course, sorry, love?
The conker trees are amazing.
Oh, the conker trees, yeah. Oh, they are fabulous. Look at the flowers coming out. Now we are walking among some of course, the most expensive real estate in the world. While I was coming to all of you, I got off the tube at Hyde Park Corner, and then walked past the Kuwaiti embassy. But also, everything's feeling very regal as we get prepared for this coronation. It'll be interesting at home because I don't know if they're going to put King Charles on the money or not in Canada. I mean, you remember the $20 notes of Queen Elizabeth on it. But what's super interesting for me personally is I would expect, Jane, you're not on leasehold land, are you? I know it's quite common. No, so I have a contract for the land under my house with Queen Elizabeth II because it's in the national park, right? So public land in Canada is crown land. And so now I guess I have to somehow pay a tithe to King Charles III. So what I'm going to do is keep that money, and if he comes over, I'll offer it to him. I think that's a fair deal all around. But oh, by the way, look at this gentleman walking towards us. What was Beethoven's favorite fruit? It was banana. Banana. Sorry, the old ones.
Yes, we're all being asked during the coronation to swear allegiance to King Charles III on Saturday.
You will be asked to swing allegiance.
We are.
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
watching on TV or you're here in London.
And I wonder is Trudeau coming over? I expect not. I expect the I think Chloe's getting, maybe I inherited the freehold. That would be excellent. Although I don't actually want it to be all freehold because I want to keep it national parks. So look at the lovely gates here. Now remember, these huge parks were the land and the playground of the rich and famous, and they still are down in these neighborhoods. Now London is just looking great. Spring is a lovely time to be here because it's not too hot either. I'm gonna just get this
best time of the
bug
year.
out. Look at that. There we are. See, that was. Oops. But how far? Are we about 5 or 10 minutes from the corner with High Street, Kensington? Don't know. Let's wander up because when I was, are you ready for this? When I was 18 years old, I will not be Martine, no. When I was 18 years old, I came over, 18, turned 19 here, and I worked for a summer. I flew over with a group of 6 friends from university in Calgary, and we had work visas, and I worked at a shoe store on the High Street, Kensington. And then that same year, I flew up, after a couple of months work here, I flew to Helsinki and I met my mum and we went to Leningrad. The last year it was Leningrad. So I watched ballet on my 19th. That's right, I had my birthday there. But I had actually come very first time to London. I was 16 years old and got a Brit Rail pass. And so Finn will be 17 this summer and he may be going over to the Philippines with a friend or something. So the travel's in the blood. Look at this, the Queen's Gate Lodge. So these are private little gardening centers, and somebody's making a racket. What is that? You hear that? Yeah. I don't know what sort of bird that is. One of my friends up here someone's got to know, one of you in the UK. But nice to hear. There we are. Oh. Now that was a very fast pace for a place that doesn't have any bears. But it is. Look at all the flowers. You've been to Hyde Park, Stephanie, have you? Yeah, it is nice. And these kind of days, because it's about 18 or 19 degrees. By the way, I talked to Gerard as well. He's working at the Globe today. He was thinking about trying to come out and stay high. So you saw that we did a tour with him 2 weeks ago, just before I went to Ireland. So Gerard, and I have to tell everyone, if you haven't seen any of his tours, he has a YouTube channel. He is a fabulous guide and a fabulous person. I just enjoyed his look at the bloom happening here. It might have been. Oh, it might be an alarm. Yeah, look at these. And what are these? They are bluebells. I'd call them a bluebell, but I don't want to mispronounce. Union flags. But look, what a gorgeous springtime. But yeah, just coming back. Hey, Sayuri, hola. Sayuri's here. Sayuri's busy planning a trip to Senegal, and gosh, I'd love to go with her. Now, we might, everyone, I don't know if Leslie's around, but we are planning to put up a trip to Egypt next year, and I'll put it up through my website, but it'll be all planned, of course, by Leslie, which seems appropriate. So that's just something else to look forward to. You know, the coronation vibes are around, although it's interesting reading the statistics, right? It's only people under 40, I think, only about 30% are looking forward to it. Oh, for those of you this this whole area is where a lot of the embassies are. We'll keep going through the park. I just want to show this building over there. There is, I don't know if we have any Dutch friends on, but there's the Kingdom of the Netherlands over there with the European flag. Lynn Gerard is lovely, and he's just so fun as well. Look at that. So there, and see, I can do a zoom as well. So there's the Dutch flag over there and the European Union. So you have all the fancy embassies around. Do you know, just near Knightsbridge, I remember going specifically to the Ecuadorian embassy when they still had the Australian guy who was in hiding there for 8 or 9 years. You remember who I'm talking about? Yeah, oh, there you are, Natalie. See, Natalie's waving from the Netherlands. Hey, Nat. So that was your little representation over here. But yeah, the Ecuadorian flag, that was under Correa that he was here. WikiLeaks, that's right, that fellow, the WikiLeaks founder. So yeah, Julian Assange, there we are. See, it was interesting. Oh, the flowers. I have honestly, thanks, Aaron. I have had 2 weeks of spectacular flowers in Ireland, all down the coast. Ireland was just in bloom, and now London is. Now, we're not that far from Kensington Palace. This used to be, of course, the residence of Princess Diana. And again, as we take these walks down memory lane, the day that she had the accident in Paris, I was taking a ferry from France back to England. And it was a... Yeah. Dog's having a chat over there. But yeah, we are here, Sari, in Hyde Park. And the colors are gorgeous. And the smells are fantastic. Do you remember a number of years ago, there's this flower that only opens about every 25 years? I don't remember the name of it, but it opens up, but it smells like rotted meat inside. I have seen those flowers in the wild. Up at it.
They've got one in Kew Gardens.
They have one in Kew Gardens. That's where it was. Yes, but they come from Peru, way up in the Andes. Look at these flowers over here, Jeff. Isn't that gorgeous? A converted council flat, but much denser population. So you imagine if you go back 150 years, life was pretty luxurious if you lived around here, and if you lived over on the east side. Jane, how far south are you?
I'm only about 20 miles out. Yes.
Oh, what's
I'm in the London borough of Bexley.
Oh, Bexley. So it's still the London boroughs. Yeah. Now, excuse my ignorance. Is that considered the home counties, or those are the counties outside you again?
Well, I'm in the London borough of Bexley, but my postal address is Kent.
Oh, Kent. Yeah. And that would be considered a home county. Right. Yeah, there are always little terms that one learns.
How's your handstands on grass, Patrick?
It's great. Do you want a handstand?
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay.
I think handstand on grass would be a good idea.
Okay, Donna feels like we need to...
No,
hey, well, Natalie, there you are. Natalie, hi there. So I was just talking about the fact that there's real guides here. I'm just going to come show everyone the map here for a second. But it is, what a gorgeous sunny day. So Natalie, if you're anywhere close, come and meet us. So there's the round pond. If I'm ever in this country for a long time, I'm feeling homesick, I go over there and see all the geese. but here we are down, of course. We were just started at the Albert Memorial. Just to point out, so on the old football pitch, that's where they're training the horses, or they're bringing them out to march around for the coronation. And we're down by Palace Gate right now, and there's Kensington Palace. But what we're gonna do as a collectivity is we'll make ourselves onto Kensington Road and over to the High Street. And as luck would have it, I know a few pubs in that area. Well, when I first started working here, I worked at an office right there. Well, I was guiding, but it was based there. So that was a strong connection. So, part of your namesake. So is that what you want, one of those, you want a handstand here? Uh-huh. All right. Anyone else want to do one with me?
I'll pass.
But if I'm going to do a handstand, I have to put all the things that can fall out. I've got, all my family jewels.
Including my coin.
Yeah.
That you didn't bring again.
Oh, maybe I might have one.
Do you? Okay. Right.
So, okay.
Here we go.
So you have to talk.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can people hear me?
Oh, I could do one against the tree.
Oh yeah, that'd be cheating.
It would be cheating. Okay, I'll do it right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see all of me? Because it only counts if you see home.
Yeah, got you.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on, do a better one than that. These are my reading glasses. Because I wear them because it makes me look.
And again.
There, that's good enough.
One more.
One more?
Yeah,
right.
one more.
Goodness me. Uneven.
Yay! Well done.
Already, you finished.
Oh, at least I got the clap.
Well done. You'll be careful with that.
Oh, there we go.
That'll be live on Facebook.
That'll be live on Facebook. Well, let's keep walking up to the corner because it's really lovely. I'll just leave those in your pocket for the moment. Yeah. It's particularly, I put into Donna's pockets anything that could fall out of mine. Thanks. But my friend's keys, and I always remember, my house at home is virtually never locked, but we have a code on the door. But here, my buddy's out. I'm going to be meeting him this afternoon, but the keys here, when you lock those doors, they are solid shut. And I'm always so terrified to walk out and forget the keys inside because there's no way around after the fact. And I've asked friends over time, and they're like, most people have a story where they've had to call a locksmith at some point. But it is so nice to have everyone here. Isn't it just a gorgeous day? Oh, it really is. Now watch your steps because there's lots of roots around. It's a bit like walking around at home. So my buddy Richard, who's been on tour with me a few times, is saying Greater London is now considered 9 million people. I always had 7 million in my head, but 9 million is a lot. We'll put that in perspective. The province of Alberta is 4.5 million, and it's twice the size of Germany. But Paris, Greater Paris, Île-de-France, is sitting at about 11, so it's still the biggest city in Europe. But the big difference between, say, Paris and here is you have all these big, see it and you hear it, like you go into Harrods and you see the amount of money being spent. Wasn't it the wife of the president of Armenia? They took a whole bunch off her because of the new law, saying we have to justify where your money comes from. So I agree with that totally. But of course, it's a little late to the game. So much of London real estate is tied up into foreign money. But these neighborhoods out here, it is interesting though, I can say, talking to us normal folks, right? Not the ones who can buy these apartments. It's not the rest of the UK or even London. It's not actually as expensive as one might think. I just want to show everyone the street down here. There's 1, 2, 3, at least 3 different embassies down there up on the left. We could play that game of trying to figure out which flag is which, but it's so much fun to walk around these neighborhoods. And you do see the diplomatic vehicles and and those very the private drivers. But Kensington Palace, right up there, ladies and gentlemen. That's lovely, Shoshana. Going out with your 94-year-old mother. How beautiful is that? I think we can get through up here. And of course, if you're doubting at all that you're in London, there's a telephone box. I guess we either have to walk around here or step over the fence up here. So I guess we'll have to go back here. I'll jump over the fence, but
I think my hip will go over there.
well, and there's so much security around right now, then it's probably best not to break any rules. But now listen, gang. Does anyone here on board have questions for any of the Haygoers along here? And I mean that because, of course, so many people in different time zones are missing our chat today. So it's certainly nice. If I go back to my early days on Heygo, I was actually a little later than some of them, but I was the first one, I think, sort of doing the great outdoors. But I met a few people along the way. I met a guide in Calgary, and then I met Kathy, I think, out at Vancouver. But then we had the big meetup. That's 2 years ago, Donna, wasn't it? Really?
8th of December.
8th of December, 2021, and that's after Finn, of course, had been over. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's my son Finn, who's now 16, and many people have watched him grow up, eh? How much he's changed. And I say, aside from the fact that he made some good pocket money, but as a parent, hi Casey, as a parent, good question, Ruth.